Hi, welcome back to Dawn Digs In. I'm Dawn, and I like to talk about living a happy, healthy life and things that I'm doing in my life that you might find interesting or get some value from. And today we are going to talk about struggling. The struggle is real. It is you versus you. And these are a few things in no particular order that I find that I struggle with whenever I start into a weight loss journey. Do you find yourself struggling when you're starting into a new workout plan or a new diet or anything new? It doesn't even have to be diet related. It can just be something new. We always struggle when we start with something new because we are trying to create new habits. And the best way to create new habits is to forget the old and just work on the new. And I know about that little voice in your head because I have that little voice who tells me, it's okay, have the cookie. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. You know her. She sits right here and she can be a you know what. So be aware. Don't listen to her. She's not always right. Sure, she gives you that don't do it feeling sometimes, but most of the time, she's just an annoyance. So let her go and move on. It is you versus you, not you versus her. The only way that you are going to fail is if you quit. I'm going to say that again. The only way that you will fail is if you quit. Are you a quitter? Are you going to quit? This is something you have wanted to do. You've tried to lose that last 10 pounds. You've been on it for a long time. It's been years maybe that you've been trying to lose that 10 pounds. When are you going to commit to actually doing it? It's a struggle, and you need to be aware of the things that make you struggle so that you can get them under control and not let them overtake you. I always find if I focus on the new and forget about the old, it really helps me. I'm starting a new program. I'm doing 4 weeks. I'm almost at the end of the first week. Have I had struggles? Absolutely, I have had struggles. But how have I counteracted those struggles, right? That's what we really want to know. How do you get past that little portion of a struggle? Well, another way that I find that I deal with struggles is journaling. Now, journaling may not be for everybody, but you know what? For me, I honestly find I need to write it down. I have my little book, any book that you want to get, and every day I jot down in it what is going on. What is the day? How many steps did I do? What was my goal? My 3 goals, my 3 little things that I decided I wanted to do for that day. Get my steps in, get a workout in, eat better, don't snack, whatever they are for you. Now, I've also added another little column, and it's a little checklist. Did you get your water in? Did you get your workout in? Did you get your diet in? Give yourself a little tally at the end of the day and tell yourself, what did you do? Come back to your journal. And if you are a gratitude person, the end of the day is when you want to do your gratitude. The gratitude is about you being thankful for the day and thankful for the effort that your body gave you. So the third thing I want to talk about is your effort scale. The effort scale. On a 1 to 10, how was your effort today? Every day, give yourself a level of 1 to 10. How did I do? How did I do in my walk? Was I just lollygagging along the street? Was I talking on my phone? Was I doing something else like that wasn't focused on actually getting my heart rate up and getting my cardio up and walking a little bit faster so that I do get that to happen? Did I put in the effort or did I just go through the motions? And it's the same in your workout. I've talked about it many, many, many times. No flailing around, okay? Deal with it. Make sure that you're purposeful when you do your workouts. Get your form down. Take your time. Think about it. Make it work for you. If you don't put the effort in to make this work properly for you, you're going to find yourself failing. And we don't want to fail, right? We're not quitters. We are going to keep going. So keep that journal up. It's going to make a huge difference for these 4 weeks. And even if you only do it for 4 weeks, it is a starting point. Okay? It gets you accountable for what you are doing, and accountability is so huge. And if you haven't joined us over on Dawn Digs In on our accountability page on Facebook, pop on over there, see what we're doing. We'll talk a little bit about what's going on every week and how I'm doing day to day and where I'm at in my workout. And feel free to chime in. This is a page for everybody. Now, another really big one that I find is patience. Right? We want it yesterday. We want that 10 pounds gone. And we don't want to wait, and we don't want to work, and we just want it to not be there anymore. Patience is a virtue. They say it over and over and over again, but it takes time for things to happen. It takes your body a couple weeks to actually really see changes. And it takes a good 6 to 8 weeks for other people to notice the changes that you have made. So just keep going. Know that you are doing something really good for yourself. It's all about being patient. The changes will come if you don't quit. Now, another thing that you may struggle with that I have struggled with is mistakes. You've made a mistake. Okay, your hand went in the cookie jar, your hand went in the chip bag. Something happened. Something happened. You went out and you had that fancy cocktail or whatever it was. Mistakes happen. What did we say at the beginning? Every minute you make a decision. So you made a bad decision. It doesn't mean that you've lost your day. It means you lost the moment. So I want you to get back on the horse. We are going to do it again with the next meal and the next moment. And you're going to make up for what you did. Don't beat yourself up over doing small mistakes because small mistakes are part of life. Nobody is perfect. This is not a perfect journey. Oh my goodness. This has not been a perfect journey. I've been on this journey for 45 years. It is not perfect. But you know what? It does get a little bit easier in different ways because you learn. And that's what I want us to do here. I want us to learn what triggers us, what gets us having that cookie or doing whatever we do. That's a really important part of that mental health is what is triggering us and how we can stop ourselves. And the snacking is just such a big one. Think about this. Are you hungry? If you're not hungry, walk away. Have a glass of water. But it is normal for you to make a mistake. And it is normal for you to beat yourself up over it. Just stop in the minute and say, I can do better. Because it's all about doing better, right? Every day you want to do a little bit better. Just so that you will have that happy, healthy life. And so that when you get older, that you will be healthy and able to do the things that you want to do and not be lumbering around. I'm going to go off topic just for a second, like, I do. But I went out for my walk this morning. I was a little, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe the feeling that I had. But I went out for my walk and I was going down into the creek bed. And there was a school, which is very close to us. And the gym teacher had the kids out and they were down and they were walking through the creek bed and they were on their way back up. I'm going to say that it's maybe a 30% grade. Like, it's not crazy and it's fairly long. So, it's a long, slow climb back up. These kids, they could barely make it. The teacher and a couple of the great students were at the top going, come on, being motivating and cheering them on. And I'm listening to these kids as I'm going down and they're coming up and they're like, I can feel my heart in my head. Like they were so overwhelmed by this small walk. So I just want to say that our generations of children coming up are just not very healthy. If your kids spend all their time inside on their phones and on their tablets, you got to get them involved in something. We're going to have a sick bunch of kids growing up that are just not going to have the stamina. They're not playing. They're not doing the things that they need to do. And it was really sad for me to watch that this is really happening. And here I was at 66, bopping up and down that with no problem whatsoever. So just a rant. I'm over it. I'm over it. But you know what? It's a lifetime thing. You keep doing this and you do it forever. It is not a one and done. And don't think of health and fitness as a one and done. It is a lifetime commitment to find something that you like to do that makes you feel good and gives you the results that you want. I also want to touch just for a moment on fasting and intermittent fasting. Now, if you are not a faster, that is okay. But something that I really want you to understand is how much fat store you honestly have on your body and that you can go without eating. You can go between breakfast and lunch without food. You can go between lunch and dinner without food and between dinner and breakfast without food. Snacking is a habit. And I just want you to be aware that somebody with a 10% body fat, which is not me, but somebody with a 10% body fat has 50 to 60,000 calories stored in their body. So there is no problem to go without food for quite a long time. And your body is not going to break down. Your body is going to start to use those fat stores. So if you are somebody that finds yourself in that, I just need to eat, I'm hungry, try and get past the hunger. Have a glass of water. Make sure you are getting your 100 ounces of water in. Anytime you are hungry, drink water. Grab your glass. This is mine, 20 ounces of water. I fill this up at least 5 times a day. Keep it going. Little ice cubes, some water in it. I'm good to go. 5 gulps at a time. I don't sip. I don't do this, okay? I get in there and I do 5 gulps, 5 gulps, 5 gulps, and I can usually have that gone in 4 big drinks. It's the only way to do it. If you just sip, you're never going to get through your water content. So be aware of your water. Now, I think I've covered most of the areas that I have found that I have struggled with this week. It's you versus you. The only way that you are going to fail is if you quit. Don't quit. You need to be patient. It takes time. We are only coming to the end of week 1. It takes time. This is a 4-week program, right? 4 weeks you're going to take to really think about what you're doing and get yourself back on track. Snacking. We're trying to cut out the snacking. We're doing our best to cut out the snacking. And at least if you have to snack, make it something healthy. Try and make it something that is good for you, or a good carb. Just stay out of the crackers and stay out of the chips and stay out of the mindless carbohydrates, because that's where problems happen, right? There is nothing wrong with carbohydrates. It's the carbohydrates that you are eating. So be aware of those. Journal. Make sure that that journal is happening. That is vital in your journey. Vital. I have journaled for so long about my workouts, and it has really helped me because I can look back and I can say, what kind of a day was I having? And I used to put that at the top of my page, and you can use that tip too. How do I feel today? Do I want to do it? What's my scale of how I want to do? Another way of judging yourself, because I get up and I will start drinking my water and I go, oh, I don't want to go for that walk today. And then before I know it, my shoes are on and I'm out the door and I'm struggling. I am struggling, but I keep going. And when I get through it, I feel great. So it's not about wanting to do it. Most people don't want to do it, but it's the feelings that you get once you get it done. Because now I know that I've already got in 8,500 steps today. Great, I'm really close to my goal for the day. So whatever your goal is, get as much done in the morning as you can, just so you find yourself not struggling at the end of the day to play catch up. So I promised you that I would tell you a little story about my week struggle. And I use mantras, right? I use my not today mantra. I do a lot of these things. Well, I'm a baker, and if I have orders to make, obviously I have stacks and stuff around the house. And I really, really have been good at not eating them for the most part. But one of my downfalls is chocolate chips, okay? I don't know. And it's milk chocolate chips. If I would buy semi-sweet, I would be fine, because I do not like semi-sweet. I don't like dark chocolate. I like milk chocolate. So I have my bag of milk chocolate chips. Well, of course, I get into them. Now, they were about half full, I guess. And I got into them. So what did I do? I taped them all up and I put on my not today sticker and I stuck it in the cupboard. So that when I looked at it, I would go, not today. I'm not going to eat those because I'm doing better. Well, as you can see, here's my empty bag of chocolate chips. So you're not alone. Okay, we all have issues. We all have struggles. This was mine. Well, it's gone now. So you know what? This is taped on the outside of my cupboard door so that I remember I'm not doing it. So if this is what you need to do, is make yourself a little sticker that says not today and stick it on that item that you are not going to eat, do it. Just do it. Use your mantras. I can do better. I am stronger than the move. I am stronger than how my body wants to say no. You've got this. So until I see you next week, I hope you have some amazing workouts and you're able to stay on track, because once again, the only way you're going to fail is if you quit. You're amazing. High five.